Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. So let's take a look at what's happening in the market itself before we go further on what to look out for the coming week as well. So hopefully it's a good week as we coming, end of the end of the June, which is at the second half of the year of 2024, and we are going to 2025, 5 more months to go. Things going to happen in the market which is going to be very volatile, which I mentioned in my last previous video as well. So like for the upcoming event, we are still in the things to watch out for is the September rate cut as well as the November US president elections. But before heading to September and November, there is actually one more event before it happens, will be the quarterly earnings report. Alright, so let's recap on what's happening on last Friday before we go into further. Last Friday we can see the S&P 500 close lower on Friday itself as Nvidia falters, because we can see that Nvidia is right now really at a sky high pricing. Yes, the future growth is there, the prospect is there, the project is there, the AI is there. All right, so whatever they promise is that people is buying on the dreams of Nvidia's going forward. But there will still be people who profit taking along the way, or as long as there's any sensitive news on Nvidia on the negative side, you will tend to have a big huge movement which will somehow collapse the market, right? I'm not really saying like collapse is like really drop 20-30%, but just a significant move, maybe like 5%. We'll never know, because it's really at all-time high for Nvidia. All right, even after the stock speed, the stock continue to go even higher. So not only on that, let's take a look at the broad market index itself. So Nasdaq dipped, Dow Jones apparently went higher. I mean, 15.57 point is not significant, or not, it don't means anything, but at least it's still closing green, right? All right, so technology stocks continue to be on the spotlight, so everyone is still believe in technology stock. Nvidia, next is Apple, or is beating the $1 trillion company, right, on the market cap. The market cap. All right, so not many news, which you can see pretty quiet. Like I said, people is waiting for the quarterly earnings, or the next following week, not next week, the following week economy data to see how it performs on the rate cut itself. Okay, so Nvidia, 8 weeks of winning streak snap. All right, you can see that. So it's not that not common. You get what I'm trying. It's not that common. Not common that it will come down, because it's really at a sky high price. So if people that are asking me, is there a good chance to go into Nvidia? I would say that significant pullback is always a safer. Doesn't mean Nvidia is not a good stock to enter, but might not be a good time to enter now, right? So we never know. But if let's say you do dollar cost average or whichever, then you may have another strategy you can consider. All right, so let's go to the index directly. As you can see, the last one that I have is actually the 1st of June. Watch out for 37,500. If it drop below, we may see more downside. So since then, the 1st of June, right, which is this third candlestick, all right, we can see that the market is actually like consolidating, like hovering in between. Even for last week, yes, the candle on a weekly basis kind of like positive, close slightly higher, but it's still trading between the 40,000 and 37,500. It's not like a big movement you can see in between, right? It just stuck in between. You can buy low, you can buy high. Buy low, sell high, short high, whichever. I thought that there's a bearish divergence going to form, but it seems like if it never break 37,500, it's not convincing enough that the market may tumble at this point of time. So to me, down is really sideways. I think the only actions come in play is really the earnings report, and we may see the movement either break higher or lower. But you should know what to do when it come down near to these 2 points. Okay, so for my own personal view, I guess it's still on consolidating, it's still on sideways. So if let's say it move around 40,000, close there, look for any signal to short. come to 37.5. If let's say there is no any signal that it may fall through, look for reverses candlestick, and then we may long. So we are just doing buy high, buy low, sell high, and sell high, buy low strategy for Dow Index right now. So for Nasdaq wise and S&P 500, we can see slight different from here. Okay, so this is Nvidia. No, sorry, this is Nasdaq, not Nvidia. This is what I mean. It's like, right, 1st June, if Nvidia profit taking come in stronger, we may see more downside for Nasdaq, which is here. This is the 1st June, but it break higher and Nvidia went even higher. So on day chart basis, we can see that yes, it go to the resistance, which I charted 20,000, I guess, previously. All right, so right now Nasdaq is really very strong. All right, it's very very strong. It go to 20,000. I mean, there's a reason why I draw the line, right? It go to the 20,000, it touch, and then it show some reversal. However, this weekly reversal candle is not that strong, because it don't close in red at the moment. All right, it don't close in red at the moment. So in the coming week, if let's say Nasdaq has more dropping, we may see after breaking 19,005, break below, we may see it may continue drift lower, and then the candlestick for the following week, if let's say it's red, then we may see more uh, downside sentiments for Nasdaq itself. Okay, so this candlestick is not that bearish, but we're waiting for the confirmation candle for the coming week. Then we will see how it play. Okay, so 20,000 for Nasdaq, finally it achieved close nearby high 19,979. I think it's around 20,000. To me, no much different of the 20 point, but of course it's significant if let's say it break 20,000 and close above. Right now it's being resisted, tested. So if let's say break 19,500, we may see more downside here. So pardon me because it's been a while since I update for Nasdaq. I hope I can do some writing here tonight. So yes, 23rd June, really candle show some bearish, not that bearish sign, and watch out for coming week's candle for confirmations. Alright, so immediate support at 19.5, break and close below miss. Okay, alright, so this is how I do my own analysis. So of course you may have your own view, but I believe that breaking, breaking or the candle itself is more uh convincing to see more bearish downside, because right now we know that Nasdaq is fully supported by Nvidia and Apple itself, right? So earnings for the following week coming may see more result, or may see more may not, I mean it may be more directly telling you that where will Nasdaq be heading. So right now it may be sideways floating between 20 to 19,000 until the earnings report come in play. So don't, you know, like how do I put the words? Don't be one step ahead or try to predict where the market will go unless the signal is showing you or telling you. Okay, so that is my call for Nasdaq. So let's move on for a couple of stuff like, okay, next we will be going US oil. For US oil, previously mentioned 1st June, if price pull back near 74, 76, all right, 74, 76, we may and go back upside, we may see the price to retest 80 once again. So this is 1st June, all right, So price retest 72, the lowest, 72, 74, go higher. Right now close near 80 again. So this is what I mean. Okay, 1st June, the price came down, retest as low as 72, managed to break above, and this is what I mean over here. However, for last Friday closing, it's been resisted back to the 80, 81 level. But overall, if you ask me, on a weekly basis, this is a very good retest because it's been tested on a 200 days moving average. Right now, trading above. All right, to me, my sentiments for oil is actually upside. I know some people ask me or question me about the demand supply, the OPEC, you know, the supply from the operator itself. Does it actually affect? I mean, purely on technical perspective, right? US oil well supported at 200 days moving average, and price did retest around 74, which the low is 72. Okay, so this is what I kind of like it. It's been retested, it's been resupported at 200 days, and that is why I am actually biased on upside. Break above 81. Let me see, 90 plus plus. Okay, so 90, 92 actually is what I'm looking at. Alright, so that is my view for US oil, and then we go on to okay, so just hardly trade, but I think there are people who monitor it closely. For Bitcoin itself, we can see that right now it's kind of like forming a double top, but it's not formed yet lah. Firstly, it's not formed yet. Okay, so right now, if let's say this is the neckline, you need to break below, then we can see a double top is formed. But right now, it's not. It's forming, but it's not convincing. But one good thing is that on this second top, we can see that the RSI actually be resisted and coming down. Right, as you can see, this like a bearish divergent. So yes, to me, if you break below 60,500 or even 60,000, then we may see more downside for the Bitcoin itself. So I just have to put just a simple one, 23rd June 60,005 slash 60,000. Right, so that is my view for, oops, that's weird. Okay, alright, so that's my view for Bitcoin, and because of that, we go to Coinbase. I think both is quite related between Coinbase and Bitcoin. Okay, so we can see that this is what I wrote previously on 2nd March. Alright, revisit again. It seems that this is 240. The price went higher, come down, tried to break up, resisted, came down. So I am more on the downside for Coinbase. Okay, so this is what I mean for. Alright, so it seems like resisted. We wanted it to see whether it can retest 200, and if let's say it reach, it's actually the first TP lah. So up to individual whether you want to give you a shot on Coinbase. Alright, next thing, I think I take quite a while. I'm just going to straight forward to one of the counter which I find quite interesting. Is actually Madonna. Okay, so Madonna, why I say that is interesting is because based on the TA perspective that I withdraw, or the indicator that you use, which I'm using the moving average RSI on the weekly. Right now we can see that the price retested the 200 days, have some rebound. RSI is kind of like an oversold situations, and for this we can see that it seems like a convergence over here. So I will be putting more our bias on the long in McDonald itself. Okay, so this is long for McDonald. So just put 23rd June 2024 buyers. Okay, so 200 days moving average as support buyers. So where are we looking at right now? If I say for McDonald to go up or to bounce back from here, what we looking at is actually, let me draw some line here. Okay, so the first resistance we will see is actually here, which is 275. So we shall see for the price to return to 275. Resistance 275. Okay, so that is the immediate resistance. Come back, then we will decide where you will go. Alright, so that is it. This is a weekly chart. Please take note, it will take some time to pan out. As long as no further continue break below 245, we still kind of like safe. If it break below, we may see slightly more downside. So just right here. Okay, so that is my view for McDonald. Alright, so that's all for this week weekly market update. I've updated US oil. I have updated McDonald, one of the counter. What is Bitcoin is doing? Bitcoin, Coinbase, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. Right. So do take note and do pay attention. Market is coming up this week, coming week, which is the next week, may be slightly quiet. Then heading into the quarterly earnings report in June. That may actually create the volatility to come in play, and then we will be looking into September and as well as the November president elections. Yeah, so remember to follow me and like my video and share. If you want to know more, remember to join my Telegram, and I will update there quite frequently. If there's any important, I just don't, because there's follower over there, I don't want just post any random articles for you to read. I need some things that is kind of like actionable, things that is really very meaningful or kind of like important news. Then I will post in the Telegram. So you can see that sometimes I may not update quite frequently, is because I need a more strong reason for me to post. That's why people will take this Telegram, not like a random news reporting, right? Okay, so that's all. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. See you guys next week or following weeks again. Bye bye.